True.
Okay, so the feed is up.
Live feed is up?
Yeah.
Cool.
Go for it,
Game on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Stories that need to be told. Mike Young is in Detroit. That's me. I'm pacing around an office building in downtown Detroit while my studio is being hijacked, taken over, and run by Stevie Guttman and Stock Tip Dave. They're in LA. This is my first call in to my own podcast. It's a little weird and uncomfortable, but I kind of feel good and funky about it.
That's right.
So, Dave, hit the cue on the pivot.
When I was in college, I got drunk and passed out. Mike Young teabagged me and took a picture of it. I've never told anyone.
Where's the picture?
I've offered millions for it and been turned down.
Great clip. My claim to fame before I ever did a podcast, really ever got going in stand-up comedy. Doug Allen called me one day and said, Mike, I'm going to put your name in the show. Is this cool? He tells me that Piven's going to say Mike Young teabagged me in college. What did I say? Doug, it'd be a lot better if Piven said, hey, I saw Mike Young performing at the Comedy Store, and he was one of the funniest comedians I've ever seen. He said, yeah, that's not going to work. It doesn't fit the story. So I had to settle. I settled for that, and that's what we got. And here we are. I teabagged. Nobody ever in my life have I ever even teabagged.
Actually,
but it's a good intro.
Speaking of
what's
stories,
going on? Does it feel weird over there? Stevie, how is it in the studio right now? Are you guys okay?
I think we're handling it. Dave, you okay? Dave, I'm going to pass it to you.
Yeah.
Look at comments, all right?
Absolutely.
But speaking of teabags, Mike, I got to tell you, did you see the article recently, what happened to Jamie Foxx? It's the greatest story ever.
Yeah.
There's a woman from 2002 claiming that Jamie Foxx, she came back with him one night, her and a girlfriend, and Fox asked for fellatio, which is a fancy word for a blowjob. Okay, she said no, so she's claiming that Fox whipped out his cack and smacked her in the face with the cock. Now it was so.
Stevie, listen, Stevie, I'm going to stop you right there, okay? Because I got to just check you. Your parents and my mom are big fans of the podcast. Let's just chill with the language, but let's go forward with Fox story. Go.
What word is a bad word though? I didn't use any four-letter words.
Cock. No one needs to hear the cock, Fox cock. No one wants to. The image isn't good.
The image is beautiful.
Go ahead. I know Jamie Foxx. I don't want to see him naked.
Anyway,
but go ahead.
All right.
I want to hear the story.
So Fox supposedly whipped out his wackerdoodle and smacked her in the face with the wackerdoodle, Michael. So the girl is claiming that she was so upset the next day she had a panic attack 16 years ago and needs to go present this to the public now. Now, my issue with the story is a couple of things. Number one, unless you're Shaquille O'Neal, you are not, no one is getting hit in the face with your wackadoodle by accident because Shaquille's so big he can walk down the street and his height alone and length probably of what he has going on, that's a nice visual for you there, Michael, will be able to hit someone in the face accidentally or intentionally without them knowing. Fox, most likely, she had to be standing there waiting, and I would imagine she can move out the way, no?
I think the bigger issue with the story is the fact that this woman's coming out 16 years later to try to get money from Jamie Foxx. It's like, I feel like there's like a something going on where people are trying to come at Jamie Foxx right now. I've heard a couple talk shows where people are dogging him out, and this one girl's trying to make crazy claims against him. So people are coming at him, but I'm not down with 16 years later, okay? And by the way, if that happens in a hotel room, you were in a hotel room with Jamie Foxx, all right? When you can sing and dance and do comedy that well, something's going to happen. You know what I mean? You're not going up there for coffee and a club sandwich. You know what I mean? You come see Mike Young after a show, you're getting a club sandwich. You go see Jamie Foxx after a show, you know what I mean? Something different might happen, and you know it's going to happen. So while we're in the midst of this big #MeToo movement, I'm all for women. I'm all for, locking up scumbags like Harvey Weinstein and these guys. You know what I mean? But there's another side to this thing. Let's chill out, ladies. Okay? If something happened like that 16 years ago, you come out the next day during the panic attack. You don't wait 16 years when things aren't going great and you got 2 kids and you're a single mom and you're broke. That's not when you wait. You come right out.
By the way, you're also getting you're announcing to the world.
You know who has no idea about #MeToo right now?
Who?
Any rapper. Rappers don't even know it exists. I just listened to a song literally coming down here that was like, like slob on my knob, take it up, take it down, put a dick up on your shoulder, bitch, get right down. Like, they don't even know that there's a movement.
What do you mean? The hashtag?
There's no clue.
They think the pride movement is rapper pride. The rappers are definitely way behind the times when it comes to certain equal rights for sure.
It's not even equal right. They just don't care.
They just don't know it exists.
Exactly what they're doing. And there's no equal pay song. There's no song about, you know what I mean, respecting them. They're just going all in.
Do you think a rapper? Do you think a rapper would consider Me Too would be like spending like just the same amount of time with both women during the menage a trois? So it's like the other ones included as well with a certain amount of time. I think that would be the rapper Me Too.
Yeah, that would be. By the way, there should be a rapper named Me Too. MC Me Too.
MC Me Too. Dave, with the impeccable timing on the laugh track. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Oh, my God. That was great, Dave. That was great. Bravo. Bravo. He was waiting for that. You know how excited? Look, I wish you could see his face right now, Mike. He's so happy. He was waiting for that moment.
There's been a couple of times I wanted to throw something. I'm trying to feel it out to when to use stuff.
There you go. You feel it out, baby. You feel it out. So Michael, yes.
Dave's been working. Go ahead.
No. Just a lot to talk about. By the way, I have a little bit of a bone to pick with you.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing.
My anxiety?
No. Here's the thing. Listen, I have to be honest with you. You went to Detroit, okay? This is not this trip, the past trip. Did they ask you about Doug Allen? Did they ask you about this one? Did they ask you about Saget? What did the woman ask you in Detroit?
What?
Mike,
Which woman?
Mike knows what I'm getting at. What did she ask you? When you doing another podcast with Stevie? And what happened?
Oh, good.
Doug Allen came on the podcast. Kevin Conley came on the podcast. This one came on the podcast. What about me? What about Me Too? He too, Michael. He too. Shut up. Oh, you know how quick. Watch this. Dave, your privileges of the computer are done. It's over. It's over. That's how fast Dave got knocked out from the thing. So anyway, Michael, listen to me. They're asking for me, and you putting the other ones in. I don't understand. I got lately. It's actually on trajectory with my career. I've noticed is that people say, "Oh my God, you're unbelievable. You can act this and this and this." Oh, you got any work for me? Nah, not the right thing for you. Kind of feel like your podcast is on trajectory with my career.
Stevie, here's what I'm going to tell you that you already know about yourself.
Yeah.
You need to just focus on everything that you can control in your life. That is your acting reel, your acting skills, your connections that you're making, and everything is going to work out okay for you. You know what I mean? You have this serious, I don't want to say it's just a Jewish anxiety, but it is like you are like from
No, I defeated anxiety.
Borscht Belt comedy who's like worried that like you. By the way, right now I'm in an office in Detroit. I'm in the office of the father of the kid who works at UTA who's looking at your reel.
Nice.
Dude,
now we talking.
In office right now. That's where I am.
I like it. Now we're talking. All right.
Yeah, that's the office I'm in. But my point is.
By the way, is that an apology? Is that an apology for not putting me on?
He called me 11 times in 2 days. Did he see my reel? Did he look at the reel?
Wait a second. Oh, we're really going here? All right.
Like
11 times in 2 days. Michael.
Talk at me?
How many
None
vertical conversations have you had in the past 5 minutes? 11 times in 2 days.
What?
Michael is a vertigo expert at this point. 11 times. You're calling me out on 11 times in 2 days. Michael, is there a single person?
That's my health.
Your health?
I thought I was dying.
Mike, tell him what's going on today. What's the matter today?
Today, so 3 weeks ago, I'm done talking about the vertigo.
No, we're done with vertigo. What happened today?
Including my mom, who, by the way, is recovering from a hip replacement surgery and a stroke from a year ago, and I have the audacity to be complaining about getting dizzy for 6 seconds out of my life. So I actually deserve to be grounded if an adult could be grounded.
No,
I'm
tell the world.
However,
today
my anxiety has run so high on the vertigo, I developed cold hands. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my hands are freezing. I don't know what it is. So then today, they were freezing. I even shook my mom's hand. She goes, "Oh my God, maybe you should call a blood specialist." So she freaked me out. So then I called Dr. Rico. Shout out to Dr. Rico in LA, who's a phenomenal doctor, also an award-winning filmmaker, which only happens in Hollywood, when your doctor can go win an award in Italy for a Frank Sinatra film.
And clear
I
a valve.
Rico, What?
I said he wins an award and can clear your valve.
So he tells me, after talking to me for 5 minutes only, he goes, listen, Mike, you sound highly anxious. Anxiety and stress causes restriction in your vessels, which causes cold hands. He said, why don't you just relax, stop waking up, drinking coffee, and eating candy. Why don't you have some whole wheat toast, get your blood sugar right, get your health correct, and do what's healthy for you.
Take
and
us
I
for
said,
yoga.
you know what?
Wait,
you're right. I'm going to call and get some acupuncture tomorrow.
A little
and start taking
meditation.
care of myself.
You don't want to.
I haven't been.
Wait, your
The
breakfast
only time I'm happy, really, is when I'm hanging around my nephews, shout out to my nephew, Ian Young, who's in the room, sitting at a conference table made of marble, $75,000 marble table, looking like a boss in a kitty shirt. But
why are you eating candy for breakfast?
He eats candy all day.
I got to start taking care of myself better.
I agree. For definitely, health is very important, Michael. You have to make a decision. We talk
It's
about it all the time.
number one.
Number one. Let me tell you, you could win an Oscar and have the flu. You're not going to think about the Oscar. You're going to be miserable with the fucking flu. So basically, health is number one. You got to start taking care of yourself because it's rough out there, Mike. I'm telling you. I realized I had a conversation the other day. I actually talked to you about this. You know, I'm realizing more and more, and I think we do. You feel the same way. Dating has become very difficult. It's very weird. This social media, quick online dating has become like catalog shopping. I was supposed to go on a date with.
Right.
I was supposed to go on a date with a girl. You know what she said to me? She said, "Let me ask you a question," and it's going great. I'm on like my A game. My message comments hysterical. I'm like Richard Pryor. Don't worry about the comment here. I want you to look here, Dave. Comments.
There's no comments.
No
coming in.
comments. We had some.
Just as what's up, Stevie
Just
G?
say what's up. Who said what's up?
James Betterton.
There you go. Tell him what's up, buddy. There you go. All right. So anyway, Michael. So the girl says to me, she says, "I'm going great. I'm like Pryor in his prime with these comments, going through back and forth. It's great." She says to me like this. She goes, "By the way, how tall are you?" I go, "What do you mean?" I go, "I'm 5'9". How tall are you? She goes, "I'm 5'9" too." She goes, "But it's not going to work." I said, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm 6'1" in heels. I tower over you." I said, "Excuse me?" I said, "I have to be honest with you. This is the most shallow fucking thing I've ever heard in my life." She goes, No, it's not. I know what I want, and I might as well be brutally honest and get it out of the way." I said, "Excuse." I go, "What fucking planet?"
Yeah, he's a terrible person.
Yeah, horrible. What kind of planet do we live in? I asked her, I said, "I'm going to poll my friends." I go, "Hold on, let me get back to you. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm going to poll my friends and see what they have to say." I go, "This sounds like the most shallow thing I've ever heard of in my life." I go, "So we just had a great 3 days of going back and forth, and we're planning to go get a drink and hang out and have a date, and now we're not going on a date because of 3 inches?" But that's the...
You got height shame.
All right. You know, the new are we killing stock tips privileges with these sound? He's waiting very hard for
No.
these.
That
All
was a good one. I
All
like
right.
that one.
You like it? All right, Stockton, you got it.
Yo, Stevie.
Yeah.
Stevie, you got height shamed.
I did.
And it's not a good thing. And by the way, it's a blessing in disguise because it lets you know that girl is nobody you want to date at all.
And actually,
game is working strong and everything's back and forth smooth. And then, by the way, it's not like you're 4'6". You know what I mean?
But that's the
you're
point.
5'9".
No, she averaged
You're 5'9".
of the average height.
Tell
She
her to
average height.
come
She.
play.
But my problem was, she said to me, Mike, she goes like this. She goes, "I tower over you." I go, "When? In what?" She goes, "When I wear heels." I go, "What the fuck does that?" And then she made it sound like I'm crazy. She goes, "I spoke to my friend, and my friend said I should run from you because you're making a big deal about what I have a preference for." But back to the point, what drove me a little nuts, it got me thinking. Dating is not catalog shopping. You're not buying a sofa from a CB2 that it fits the right adjustments and heights, because everyone in life, I may be the wrong height or this, but have the right personality, because in 20 years, you're gonna want someone who helps you get up to go to the bathroom when you can't walk. That's what everybody wants in life.
Maybe, she doesn't realize she could lose both of her legs.
Exactly.
She could be 5'1" by the time it's over.
But they all love the bus balls.
You know what I mean?
I'll never forget the time I was.
You need.
Yeah. I'll never forget the time, Mike. I was at the laundromat and I saw the most beautiful thing. This couple. It was this guy. He must have been about 90 years old, and his wife was probably 88, and she was in a wheelchair. And he was pushing her to the laundromat. It was so beautiful. It was out of a movie, Dave. You just imagine how beautiful this moment was. And he was carrying the laundry in one hand, pushing the wife in the other, as she's yelling at him how he's loading the laundry. It doesn't make a there's no perfect. I realize you're never going to win. But this again could be why I'm single.
No, you're single because you were in a long relationship and things went south, and you're not ready to jump back in. Your fear of commitment's not as heavy as mine. I'm single Mike. You know what I mean? My fear of intimacy and commitment's at a level you can't even contend with. You know what I mean? Like,
is your fear of commitment so bad that do you have
I've
problems
lost the
committing to
ability
yourself?
feel. What?
I said, do you have problems committing to yourself? Like, you make plans with yourself and like, ooh, it gives you anxiety. Like, is it on that level of? You have a pretty bad fear.
Are you kidding? I've had 3 plans broken by myself today. I was gonna drive up north. I had a full conversation just by myself in my own head. I didn't go. I was gonna go meet my cousin for lunch, Coney Island, go tear up some chili. I didn't go. And I knew I wanted to do the podcast. And being around my family, my brother and my nephews, puts me in a very nice comfort zone, very safe zone for me. So I shot down to Detroit. I'm in the city, and I'm in a beautiful office, safe and sound, even though when I look outside, I'm 30 floors up in vertigo. I can feel a tinge. I'm actually fine. And I went for the safe route.
I feel
which,
like,
by the way, is not always the best route to go.
No, and I feel like, Michael,
don't be safe. Don't be so safe.
You're so afraid of commitment, Michael, that I think you might even talk yourself out of masturbation at times. That's how afraid you are of committing to yourself. Hit me with some, Dave. That's when you hit it with the fucking. Sorry, my language, but that's when you push the buttons. There you go, Dave. There you go. Not my.
Do
day.
it again, Dave.
Do it again.
Don't talk over the line. Do it again, Dave.
Thank you. I'll be here all week in the Catskills. Yeah, you're a great crowd.
Oh, I got one more I'm waiting to bust out.
Yeah, oh, Dave.
Dave, that's it, Dave. One at a time.
I know.
Yo, but Stevie, interesting you should say that. There's something with, and I'm not kidding, it sounds crazy, with the crystals and the balance in your ear.
Uh-huh.
It is called masturbation exacerbation.
Wait.
And it can exacerbate the effects of vertigo. Funny you should say I'm afraid to masturbate, because the other night I actually did. And I did feel a little bit of vertigo rocking. I did tell my doctor the very next day about it.
You rocked your own world.
It's just a simple thing. I'm fully fine. But yes.
You rocked your own world,
I don't
Mike.
want to talk too much about it, but there is something to that. And basically, I'll be going to my second psychiatry appointment next week due to my high anxiety. I have no problem. I've never been to a shrink in my life.
It's very good.
And my brother took one look at my brother looked at me last week and said, I'm just going to be real with you. You sound anxious. You sound crazy. You have the same symptoms that 11-year-old girls and 70-year-old women have been getting for years. And you're acting like life is over. So you need to go check yourself. And I'm already in. I got no problem checking myself. My last panic attack was in college when I took a bite of a tuna sandwich in freshman year of college. I couldn't swallow. I had a panic attack. I went on the balcony. I thought I was dying of AIDS. I had no idea why. I didn't even really have heard of AIDS by then. I didn't know what it was. I walked out. I thought that my roommate, who was like
Gave you the
a
AIDS?
hoodie dude from Long Island,
Yeah.
I thought he poisoned me.
He gave you the
I
AIDS?
thought I got poisoned.
Mike's like, it wasn't his cock. It was him. He poisoned me and gave me the AIDS.
I thought he poisoned me. I was so nuts. I walked outside, threw a friend of mine, off his own motorcycle.
What did he do?
I drove a motorcycle 90 miles an hour to an emergency room in Tucson, Arizona. I walked in. I said, I'm dying. They said, how's your classes going? I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. They said, you're having a panic attack. You got to calm down. And that was the last time I ever had any kind of anxiety. But it affected me.
They told him to stop masturbating. It does bad
no
things.
one ever dies from an anxiety attack. I was good. I said, come on, bring it on.
By the way,
bring it on. Let's go.
Nothing wrong with having anxiety attacks. I've had them my whole life. I remember I went to the hospital once for a pimple. I thought it was an AIDS sore. And the problem is, every time I had a pimple. I thought I could swore it was an AIDS sore, and that's it. I'm having it. But the problem is, you go on freaking Google, and you Google any sickness you have, it leads to cancer or AIDS. And by the way, this isn't a bit. It's just the truth. Anything headache, it could be cancer or AIDS. You have a toe hurts, it could be cancer or AIDS. Vertigo, it definitely is cancer or AIDS in Mike's face. But just kidding, Michael.
I mean,
but
the internet scares everybody when they research stuff.
Scares the shit out of you. Tells you.
Yeah, it's a waste. It's a waste. And by the way, let's just bring it full circle back to your whole dating talk.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Social media, online dating, it's a racket. It's a money-making racket. You're never going to get as clear as you are sitting down in front of another human being and having a conversation everyone online's on that quick fix, quick hit shit. I'm looking at my nephew right now. He's already online doing something. What are you doing? Oh, he's playing a game. Okay. I thought he was talking to a girl, having a text battle.
How old are you, nephew, Michael?
He's 18. Say hi, Ian.
Let's get him on. Get him on. Ian, put the phone down for a minute.
Best-looking kid in the.
Yeah, he's a good-looking kid.
Ahead. You want to talk
Ian,
about
let's talk. Yeah.
At 18 versus what we're doing.
Ian.
This kid will tell you everything. He's the best-looking kid in the country.
No, good-looking kid.
He's got 9 girls coming at him, and he's not sure how to handle any of it.
And he has you as an uncle. You know, so let me ask you, Ian. So today, you want to meet a girl. Do you ever meet a girl in public, like talk to her first face to face, or everything's done? Yo, saw you on Tinder, saw you on this, what's up? Boom. And then is that how you interact today, you youngins?
I mean, I have friends that go on Tinder. I have friends that go on Tinder to find hookups or dates. Most people on Tinder are looking for hookups anyway, nothing serious. But I personally, maybe I'll meet somebody through a friend over Snapchat or texting, but I like to meet somebody face-to-face, in person. Any of my friends who come to me ask me about that too, I tell them face-to-face. It has to be face-to-face.
Gotcha. So
and not only face-to-face, but these kids are moving so fast in their world that I tell Ian all the time, he goes face-to-face, but he's still, a bunch of girls will want to talk to him at one time, and he gets stressed out. He's not like Uncle Mike, who had his pimp hand strong in 12th grade. Ian is a sensitive, good person. He's a good kid.
There you go, Ian.
He's being respectful, so he doesn't like talking to 8 girls at once. It's not right.
They can also find out easier today. Like, it's not like when you were a kid where you couldn't go on, like, social media and, like, see what somebody's doing or who somebody's with. Even on Snapchat, like, they have these snap maps. You can see exactly where somebody is at any given time. It's
What?
so creepy.
Wait a second.
Like, if I were to try and go with, like, 3 or 4 different girls, like, flex my pimp hand like he likes saying, then I wouldn't really be able to do that because I'd get caught sooner or later.
So wait a second, Ian.
Wait. I thought they can request
What
your
a
location.
terrible time to be dated.
Oh my God, it's disgusting. They know where you are?
No, I thought on Snapchat you can request location, but it doesn't tell you unless you request. And like, don't you have to give permission?
Right, of course. But
When you don't give permission, no, you're up to no good if you're not giving permission.
You
No.
can shut it off, but most of my friends keep it on just so, you know, if anybody were to look up on the Snap map what they're doing, it looks like they're doing something fun. So yeah, definitely. I turn mine on ghost mode, but there's still a way. Like if you put something on your story, they can still kind of see where you are on that story.
So wait, I have Snapchat, so I want to understand something right now. If I didn't put anything on ghost mode, anyone can see where I am right now?
Yeah. If you don't have ghost mode on right now, they can see where you are.
Mike, please get for me in to teach us how to do ghost mode because listen, there's enough people in the world who probably want to kill me because of my mouth. I don't need everyone to know where I am at one time.
Yeah, no, it's creepy. I remember when the update came out, it freaked me out. All you have to do is you just pinch out, go look at the map, hit settings, and hit ghost mode.
But I don't get Snapchat anyway. Besides a girl wanting to send you nudies that you can't show the world, what's the point of Snapchat? I prefer Instagram, no?
I don't have an Instagram, so for me, Snapchat is like the next best thing.
Wait, you don't have an
Stuff on
Instagram?
my stories too. I don't. I used to when I was younger, but I deleted it by accident, and I never really wanted to get it back. So most of my friends, they're either on Twitter or Snapchat now. A few people have Instagram too, but starting to go more into Twitter and Snapchat.
Really?
That's so interesting because it's going away from Twitter for the older people, which is natural.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how to use it. My nephews have tried to show me Snapchat. I have no idea how to even use it.
I've maybe used it one time.
Snapchat? Saget is a master of all of it. He's got the same social moves as an 18-year-old.
Mm-hmm. No, Saget's good.
He's got like the skill set. He can work a computer phone.
I thought you were going to say the mindset.
Hold on. I want to ask Ian this because I think there's a huge communication gap going on because if you're moving that fast on the phone, and there's also this thing where like you have FOMO, fear of missing out, in major ways as a kid now. Oh, yeah. Because I remember how bad I felt. I was freaking out if I missed a party in high school, one party. These kids can see 7 parties going on, it must just torture you.
But wait,
yeah, of course. I would say that I have severe FOMO. Like, if anything else, severe FOMO, to where I didn't want to get a full-time job like some of my friends because I didn't want to miss out. Like severe FOMO. So, like, on Snapchat and stuff like that, you can see what people are doing at any given time, like, whatever they're putting on their story, and you're like, oh, I want to be there. Or if you get invites, like, text message invites. Like, there's no longer waiting till the next best thing. It's the first thing you get, you go there. If that's whack, then you go somewhere else. But, like, yeah, of course, FOMO.
Actually,
This is what I try. Stevie, this is what I want to teach my nephew, but I can't because he's 18, so it's natural for him to go through all this.
Sure.
But what I do want to say is, like, I've been through that. And Stevie, you have, Dave, you have. We've all been fully FOMO'd out. We're like, I can't believe I missed. Everyone's having fun without me. But if you ever just settle down and just stay where you're at, that place where you're at will turn out to be fun. And I learned that in high school when I was chasing party.
In high school?
And then one time I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay in an uncomfortable party with a couple of my friends where we barely know anybody, and let's just see what happens. And it turns out to be great. And I think there's a good lesson in there to learn that you don't need to be chasing. I know it's hard to understand because I did it just like you, but I'm telling you it gets better, and you need to learn how to sit still.
I just want to
That's when
know,
all the good
Michael,
shit happens.
I just want to know how things have changed now that you and Ian date the same age women. So, like, if you guys been
By
on
the
your...
way, do you think I'm comfortable bringing Ian's good-looking ass out to where I am with
have
a girl?
have you been on the
Closer-
double
he's
date
closer
yet?
in age.
Have you been on the double date yet? Like, whose game is stronger? Is Uncle Mike's game really that strong when you guys double date with the girls, or no?
I mean, I like to think that my game is pretty strong. Like, personally, that's what I thrive on right now. I'm enjoying this because right now that I'm going into college, we are dating almost the exact same age women.
Mike.
By the way, let it be known, Uncle Mike's game, my street game is off the chain. I have no fear of missing anything. I've taught these young bucks a thing or two. They've been able to watch Uncle Mike do his thing. All right, so we're not dating girls the same age. I'm not creepy like that. But Ian is definitely closer in age to some of the girls I have dated. That is a fact.
You just gave me an idea.
Most.
Because Goal opens next Wednesday, and so we can do a live podcast in Goal, and we can actually have you on a live feed in action, so we can see your game live on the podcast from Goal.
I don't know if Mike wants the world to see the game in action. Mike, are you ready to display that kind of game for the world?
When we shoot single Mike, you'll see the game in action. I'll put that right on the street. But there's nothing that I don't want to go live and show you how to talk to a girl that you never met before.
By the way,
but I'll let Ian do it.
I think that's a great single Mike episode, by the way. You go on a double date. That's a great single Mike episode. You on a double date with your 18-year-old nephew because you date girls of the same age.
By the way, it's incredible. And what happens at the end of that date is I have a panic attack and he goes home with 2 girls.
Something along those lines. To be young again.
That's what's going to happen.
Of
the
course.
girl holds my hand and she goes, "Why are your hands freezing?" I go, "I don't know, but I'll be at the emergency room if you need me."
Yeah, I have AIDS.
Ian,
I think I have AIDS. I have to go.
And his dad comes out on the balcony and sees what's going on in the jacuzzi at the house.
Unbelievable.
That's what'll happen. This kid's so smooth. Him and his brother.
His
brother
how
cares
old
more
is his
about
brother?
hockey than Dave.
Yeah, Cameron's not on the dating radar at all.
No, he don't care. He's straight locker room jock.
No, actually, last party I went to with my brother, I usually don't like to go to parties with my brother because the girls are all like, "Oh, he's so cute," and Cameron does not care at all. He does not give one single fuck. But last time I was at a party with my brother, this one girl was hanging on him the entire night. Cutest girl ever, hanging on him the entire night, and he did nothing. He just sat there,
How old
kind
is
of
he?
brushed her off a little bit. She tried to hold his hand. She tried to cuddle up next to him on the couch. I'm like, Cameron, you're insane.
Cameron sounds like a pimp.
You know-
Cameron sounds like he knows exactly what he's doing, actually.
He knows
Exactly what he's doing.
That's what I tell these two because there's an awesome difference between brothers, which is, me and my brother were totally different growing up, but like when it came to women, we had the same situation. But Cameron, the younger one, has a pimp hand.
How old is
He
Cameron?
just has it. He listens to every gangster rap song. He knows every lyric. He lives he lives by the 50 Cent book. Like he'll listen to a
He
rapper
lives by
and
the-
that's how he will be. He's not mean to girls. He just doesn't care. Ian, the older one, Cameron's 16. He's all about hockey, AAA, travel hockey. That's all he cares about is playing hockey and, just chilling. And Ian gets caught up in a web. So every girl he feels, he's highly empathetic, which is a great quality as a human being, but it does not serve you in the dating world, in the fast dating world, because you end up stressed out and having a panic attack.
Unless
You
he
know what I mean?
finds
Even
the
though you're
right girl, but that means Ian may find the right girl sooner and wind up having a wife and kids and all that jazz earlier on in life. That's such a horrible thing, by the way.
Yeah, who knows? He might. But Cameron, the little one, shows no interest in girls hanging on him, and they're both, you know. If you want to put a picture and show what my nephews look like, and I'm not just saying this.
They're good-looking kids. Yeah, they're good-looking kids.
They're the coolest kids, and they look like they should be like, you know, the face of Benetton 2018, if that's even a company anymore.
There you go.
What, are they on your Facebook
That
or what?
company, Benetton. Yeah. Put it this way: I put Ian. I had my girl back in the day who like is a model, agent for kid models, but my brother and his wife did not want them doing it at all, really. But I submitted his picture on the low.
You're a
and he
star
ended up
dad.
being the face of the U.S. postal stamp. every household in the country had a picture of my nephew.
Ian, housewives across America were licking the back of you.
Hey, is a picture on your Facebook or what? Mike.
Oh yeah, they're definitely, my nephews are definitely on my Facebook. You'll find them, but they're also in incredible shape. These kids can eat whatever they want. Their mom's genetics, my dad.
I found it, but it's from 2015.
That's all right. Post it up.
It's 2015 though.
But yeah, Stevie, by the way, that is a great episode. I'll have you chop that one up with me.
Yeah, we'll play around with a few.
Me and Ian on a double date.
Good-looking
By
kids
the way,
right there.
it's happened in life. 10 years ago, I went to a place with my uncle who was like 60 at the time, and this girl was giving my
history
uncle
of
all
Youngs.
this attention, and it actually bothered me.
I'm sure
Especially since he had us go into like Men's Warehouse for clothing. I was like, I don't even know where I am. Right
No, Mike, that's another episode. You meet like a distant uncle, and he finally takes you to meet all the male youngs, and each one is older and older, and it's the same line of women that are all chasing. The 80-year-old young is dating the 18-year-old. It's all the young men. They're killers.
Yo, by the way, let it be known. I mean, my dad, he was married to my mom his whole life, but my dad was a charming dude.
I'm sure he
girls just loved my dad. He would be jogging around campus at University of Arizona just to visit me for absolutely no purpose.
Oh, no, there was a purpose. That's why I do Runyon Canyon. What are you talking about? There was absolutely a purpose.
It's full purpose. I understand the purpose now, but back then, like, you know, he just... Yeah,
Look.
the youngs, they got a good.
You're
game.
allowed to see
Even
what's...
My cousin Scotty, who's an intern, who's an anesthesiologist in Vegas.
Oh, Scotty's
He's
killing
got
it.
great game.
Scotty's
He's
killing
got
it.
game.
Killing the game.
All the young.
He's rich and living in Vegas. Scotty might be the young killing it the most, by the way.
Yeah, he's doing pretty damn good over there. Living on some kind of weird golf course right outside Vegas, 5 miles.
Actually,
You know what I mean? Talks real calm. He's real calm. He's like, Mike, do you know that they built a pool at the strip club? I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, he doesn't talk like a doctor. But by the way, he's the first person I call when all hypochondria.
Oh, I'm sure. He heard about the cold hands today. Did Scotty know about the cold hands today?
I talked to him yesterday about the cold hands.
Cold
He
hands.
said the same thing, just a little blood restriction, whatever's going on. It's anxiety, bro.
Of course it's anxiety. I think
fine.
it's time in life to take a breath. And by the way, this is upsetting me because you are my calm guru, Mike. You see, I realized you have me fooled all these years with that very calm voice and your cadence and everything like that. You're a fucking lunatic, is what I learned through my years. And by the way, it was a good learning lesson because I thought for so long everyone else had it figured out except me. And the older I get, I realize nobody has it figured out. Not a single person.
Stevie, nobody.
Nobody.
Man. Everybody. Anthony Robbins is having a crisis right now. You know what I mean?
No, you know who has
Tony
it figured out?
Robbins.
You know who has it figured out?
Everybody.
Ian's younger brother has it figured out because the girl was over and he played it so cool. He was like, "Nah, coach, just not just yet, not just yet." Your little nephew has it figured out.
Yeah, Cameron's got it.
Cameron, that's his
Ian,
name.
He's still FOMO'd out. He's got to chop up. He's got to ghost all of his acts.
So, hey, Mike.
Nobody should know where.
I was gonna say, were you able to use that charm when you were sitting courtside next to Chris Tucker at the Cavs game?
He's dying to use that. Oh my God, that was the best transition, Dave. Dave, I wish that Never mind. Guys, good night. That was
No, that by the way, that's a fantastic transition.
It was just.
And when you're sitting courtside next to Chris Tucker, you really don't need much game other than just sit down and look like you're having a great conversation with Chris Tucker the whole time. Which, by the way, I could not believe how chill and cool and like humble and nice Chris Tucker was.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
He was like, by the time it was over, he was asking me a million questions. He's like, yo, what do you think about me doing some independent movies and getting back heavy into stand-up? I'm like, are you asking me? Like, I'll manage you. We'll start a management company.
Oh yeah, when I met him in Atlanta, he was very nice and humble. Cause I was calling him when I was working for the Atlanta Hawks, and him and his whole crew, they're all very nice and humble.
Let's talk about your game, Dave.
Yeah.
We need. I think talking about girls. I think we got to help out Stock Tip a little bit.
Oh yeah, you're there.
By the way, Stevie, you're in LA. I think you should take him out because Dave opens the door. All right, he's got more social media savvy than both my nephews. He's on every app. He's got a whole thing. He's like, yo, I got 6 girls coming to the Comedy Store. I got 4 going to the Rainbow. I got 3 He's got it going on.
I watched all this. The problem with Dave, I'll tell you what Dave's problem is, Mike.
Oh yeah, Stevie, you were at a dinner with him.
I watched it in action. He goes, I have 6 girls come. I was like, what? I go, you have 6 girls? He goes, yeah, 6 girls are meeting me right now. Dave's problem is, I figured it out. He gets something set in his head. You get it set in your head how it's going to go. And you have the plan set. And the minute the plan does it, I see the wiring starts going a little haywire and you start getting a little shook. You can't get shook. I think the best thing, you need to take an improv class.
Improv?
What do you think about this, Mike? I think Dave needs to take an improv class so that when because life is not going to go as planned, no matter what it is in life.
Yeah.
To the basic of thing, it's not going to go as planned. There's going to always be something flying at you from a different direction. So you'll learn how to take that and flow in a different way and apply it to women, and you'll be murdering the game. What do you think, Michael?
Genius idea. Now since we've been talking, my brother stepped in the room who took 1,000 improv classes and did it all in Second City. And
is that the famous Robert Young?
Yes.
Is that the famous
correct.
Robert Young?
Dave, an improv class would be great for you because you're right at that 5-yard line with all these things that you set up. But that would be great for you because you don't always have the great ability to flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When something shakes you, it stops you in your tracks.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
when I was at the Comedy Store and you were tapping me on the shoulder while I was talking to Joe Rogan. I just wanted you to stop tapping me on the shoulder. And if you took a few improv classes, you probably would have stopped the shoulder tapping, backed up a little bit, chilled and played the wall.
Nobody
and
likes
been
shoulder
cool.
tapper. Nobody.
But
Yeah,
I think an improv class. By the way, Stevie.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Dave,
Stevie,
great idea.
What's my
For
nickname? You gave
change
me a nickname. You don't remember? Stevie Lightbulbs.
What's that?
Stevie Lightbulbs. I get great ideas.
I've been looking at some classes. I'll do that.
There you go. Wait, so Robert...
You should because,
Robert
keeps calling to say, who's going to play Stock Tip Dave? And you keep saying you're going to, audition for yourself, but we got to get you in the mix.
Wait, Robert Young is in the room now, too?
Robert Young is in the room right
Okay, let's
now.
get Robert Young on the phone. What's up, buddy? What's going on? Yo, so
you got 3 Youngs at a conference table right
3
now.
Youngs at a conference table. That's a lot of calm
By the
talking.
way, Stevie, Rob just goes, Stevie should play Stock Tip Dave.
Stevie, dude, I'm gonna work on it. I'll go deep in the character. Dave, I might have to start following you around on a day to
That's
day.
right. But I think I can play myself. I just need a chance.
You need a chance to play yourself.
Yeah.
Up here, hold on. He's getting ready. Oh, I thought you were gonna hit the
No,
button.
I'm not pushing
no.
anything. I think my personality is so unique and original that I can do it.
Stock Tip Dave. That's initial.
Oh yeah, Stock Tip Dave, STD. No, Stevie,
STD.
we gotta get Dave in an improv class, and Dave, the chances are it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for you to play yourself. I'm just being real with you. You gotta get that skill set down. You're gonna have to audition for yourself. And
You can't be afraid of commitment of yourself like Michael is. You have to be committed to yourself.
Oh, I know.
So we want you to go home and masturbate right after this podcast.
Yeah. No, call all 17 of those girls and see what's going on. You know what I mean? Make a move if you need to. Throw a hand on a thigh. It's not a Me Too move.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a hand to a thigh.
Nothing wrong with a hand to a thigh. Well, actually, it could be interpreted wrong. A hand to a thigh. A hand to a thigh that could, depending on the circumstance.
You're right. You know what? I take that.
You know what,
back.
Dave?
I'm a physical person. I'm a lower back rubber.
Huge
I'm
lower.
a hand holder.
I got yelled. Someone yelled at me once. They said I touched too many girls on the low part of their back, and I always thought that was a gentle movement, like if I'm walking in a club or something like that, like the small of the back, I'll put my hand there to let someone know I'm behind them. And I was told that it's very uncomfortable for girls, that they don't like it. And it was never an
They're
intention
wrong.
to be creepy.
Whoever told you that is wrong.
I don't know. It was a girl told me
That lower back, I touched a girl's lower back. She moved in with me for a year. I'm not kidding. I touched her lower back. She told me that she felt so comfortable. She was basically would not leave me alone. Next thing I know, she's living with me for a year. This was years ago. It all started with a lower back firm security hold.
That's the wonderful cadence of your voice. By the way, I have
What?
That's the wonderful cadence of your voice, by the way, because I'm telling you, I would move in with you for a year with the way you just talked to me, Mike, and you put people. But can I ask you a question? Because I'm actually kind of. So wait a second. So we really moved on up, Mike. You're into All Things Comedy podcast studio, huh? Like I'm looking at pictures of Bill Burr, and like who's that? That's what's his face? That's
Bobby Lee.
They
Doug
all
Ari.
Doug Stanhope.
they all do podcasts in this room.
Yeah, man. We're in the best network. We're in the
he says
best
no.
podcast family we could be.
No, they
in.
don't. Not in this room. He says no, Mike. Sorry, hold on. So wait, they don't?
No, they do it, but not in this room. I think they do it and send it in here.
Got you. We're not at send it in level yet. We have to still come in. Okay, but this is kind of cool.
Well, no. We don't have. We don't have to go in either. It's just a great studio.
Mike's
We
ego
can
kicked
do
in
it
the play. Goes,
wherever
no,
we
I
want.
could do it wherever I want. Hold on. He goes, I don't have to come in that stinking room.
No, that's I love it. I love All Things Comedy. That room.
When are you
Great. They got
coming?
the
When are
best
you
cast
coming
in
back
the
to me?
game.
By the way, when are you coming back to LA?
I'll be back a week from Sunday, man. I'm just the whole panic, the whole staying home with
take
the
your time.
family. I ended up just staying home an extra bunch of time.
That's
Most
fine.
people would have gone back to LA and not even thought about it.
No,
I
we-
got freaked out, anxious.
We just had a very-
Also, my neighbors above me started stomping around, and I think I'm going to move out of my apartment.
Well, I just feel like me and you, we had a very important night in our friendship, and I'm waiting for you to
Which
get
night?
back.
The night I was
The night-
sitting up straight, panic.
No,
Called you.
No. We went to dinner together, and me and you had a dinner.
Oh, that was a great night.
Great night, right? I feel like our friendship is ready to take it to the next level. So I'm waiting for you to get back so that we do. All of a sudden now I think we're going to become like. I probably talk to you at least 3 times a day on the phone, but I think we're going to be like once a week dinner friends now as well. So it's like the next level of guy
By the way,
friendship.
that was the best date I've had in 2 years.
So,
Are you kidding?
unbelievable, I know.
Me and you at Katana, strong night.
Strong. I was on.
Just a glass of wine. I had a Coca-Cola.
I was on fire that night, by the way.
By the way, the girls that work there are stunningly beautiful, and they all were feeling you that night. I don't know if it was the
Wait.
hat mixed with the voice. I don't know if it was oh no, you didn't have a hat.
I did my curly hair.
Did you?
I don't remember.
How is
now.
Katana? I've never actually been there.
My new curly hair. I've been using
Dave,
something
I'll
called
take you
Sheen.
when we get back.
You're gonna take Dave to Katana? Is Dave Katana ready?
I've never heard. I've heard of it, but that's about it.
Is Dave Katana ready, or he needs to go to improv class first? We may make you go to improv class first, and then just switch up the life completely. Just throw you out there into the jungle and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
We should follow Dave. I want to put a camera on you and just follow you around 24/7. I got to get into. If I'm gonna play Dave, I got to get into character.
I mean, I've heard that before. I've had friends be like, "Oh yeah, I wish we could follow you around with the camera, but have you not be aware there's a camera, so you can just be you and not worry about the camera."
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
All
we
day-
should do that. And Dave, we got to get to up your wardrobe a little bit too. I'd like to put you in almost like a version of what those the ventriloquists dress you like a puppet.
By the way, this is where you get to make fun of
With
Mike,
the
Dave.
gray
Like in a
jacket and the
nice
bow
little
tie.
suit.
This is where you get to make fun of Mike, Dave. Because Mike is actually giving you fashion advice. Do you see what Mike looks like when he dresses? Yeah, Ian, why don't you help Mike, your Uncle Mike, step his fashion game up?
Ian stepped out of the room, and they know.
They
My
know
nephews
that
are
you're a
well
fashion
aware that
disaster?
their uncle has no fashion, but Stevie, my game has worked with my Nike
Oh, I know.
gear my whole life.
No, you're but the
It's
problem-
been my whole life.
No.
My mom used to say, "You're not going out of the house dressed like that."
Oh,
So
yes, I
my
am.
problem is everything's been working out without a good fashion sense. But you are correct. I need to step up my fashion game. I need somebody next to me picking out clothes. And
Maybe
you
it'll
got
be
the
Dave.
fashion sense, so maybe we'll have you dress me when I get back.
No, but that wouldn't be fine. I want Dave to take you and dress you. Dave is going to take you.
Are you kidding? I'll have $7 Target pants on.
And I got
You
some-
know the story. Stock Tip Dave came to a meeting with me. He had pajamas on. We had to send him
Wait,
a
no,
Target.
wait, say what?
That's not how it happened.
Dave, you showed up in pajamas?
No, I had no idea I was even going to be involved in the meeting. Like, I literally thought that I was picking Mike up, dropping him off, and going home.
Okay.
So, I was just like, I was shuffling around for stuff, and then I just literally, all I had was a T-shirt on, I had pajama pants on,
Yeah.
and I wore dress shoes because I figured I wasn't getting out of my
Wait,
car.
wait, no. You don't just throw that in the mix like that's a giveaway. You were wearing pajamas.
Pajama pants, a T-shirt,
And what's the with what? With what now?
dress shoes.
With dress shoes.
I didn't think I was ever going to
With like a pair of wingtips. So you were tuxedo from the bottom, sleepy on top. Basically is what was going on. You had the pattern leather going on with. But what would possess you to wear the dress shoes with the pajama pants?
because I was in a hurry to get out the door so Mike would get there on time.
But what about slippers? I don't understand. The dress shoes were right there. You're like, fuck it, let's just go to. By the way, this guy's committed, Mike. This guy needs a raise. I'm
Dave's
gonna
the
negotiate on your part right now, Dave. Let me explain something to you, Mike. This is an employee for life. Okay, the guy left the house because he didn't want Mike Young to be late, so he threw on a pair of freaking patent leather tuxedo shoes that are uncomfortable with his pajamas. Doesn't mind looking like a lunatic to make sure that his guy is there on time. Give him a raise.
Done.
See?
Now you can get $24 a week.
There you go. McDonald's every day. You just moved up to Chipotle. Done.
Nice.
There you go.
No, Stock Tip Dave's gonna. He's in the mix for good. He's in the mix. He's got my back. Always picks me up. Makes sure the cat hair's out of the car.
What do you
Always a
put in
clean
your
car.
hair? Mike, I noticed
You know what I
lately,
mean?
by the way, your hair game.
Only sign of cat hair I saw was on his black patent leather shoe one time.
Your hair game, by the way, Mike, is getting better. I have to say. Those of you who don't
Is
know.
it?
Can you pull up a picture? Oh, actually, you don't have to. Look right there, the picture of Michael. If anyone looks at the picture of Michael, that's the driest hair on the planet. He rubs two of his hair together, it starts a fire. That's how dry this guy's hair is. So recently we taught him about product, and he got a haircut. I wish, if you have a picture, can you pull it up of Mike now? He cut his hair a little bit, looks very smooth, okay? And he put some product. Guy looks unbelievable. Unbelievable. A little too skinny lately, but unbelievable.
Let's see.
Are you still in
Am I looking too skinny? Because I don't like that.
Here's right here.
Way back.
Here's Mike right behind LeBron James and Chris Tucker. That's his
There you
latest
go.
haircut right there. You guys can see this.
Mike's new
Yo,
haircut.
Stevie, am I looking too skinny on that picture?
Let me see. Let me look at the picture. Yeah, a little bit. A little skinny in the neck, Mike. Your head's a little too big for your neck in the picture. You might have to calm down with the intermittent fasting.
I think it'd be an interesting fight.
How do you get the neck bigger?
How do you get? You gotta. What do you mean? No, it's just like you're just looking a little too thin lately. And I know I'm not the only one who's told you this. You're looking a little too thin. It's
How
time.
can I gain weight? I'm trying to eat as much as possible.
No, it's yeah.
I think it's stress.
It is stress. And are you still intermittent fasting?
No, I'm done. I was doing that for almost a year, I feel like, and I was eating one meal a day, and it was the first meal was candy, and the second meal was like the protein from the Grove. And I've been tricking myself into thinking I was feeling good, but really what I was just lightheaded. So I was like, oh, this is great. I feel so like light, but I'm lightheaded.
So wait. So is it possible you don't have vertigo, and that it was that you're just saying for a year you were lightheaded? So maybe you don't have vertigo. Maybe you were just not eating enough.
I mean, he doesn't quite look like that anymore.
Oh my God! Wait, that's Mike Young's high school picture?
Yeah, right
No,
here.
what a head of hair on you, Michael.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
Buddy,
What is it? Which picture? Am I in a Lathrop jacket, varsity?
no, you're in like a suit and tie, but it looks like you just got off the football field with a helmet, except the helmet's your hair. Like you could take on a quarterback and linebacker with that head. Oh my God.
By the way, the weird thing is I do look skinny, but I'm like the same weight. So
No,
it
you're
must
not.
be just
You're not the
my
same way.
legs. I've been doing.
You lost a lot of weight since you started intermittent fasting, and it just you went a little. It happens to everybody. Listen, I wish I could be. By the way, there's nothing wrong with being. You can never be too young or too skinny to say. So you're fine. It doesn't really
Nah,
matter.
that's a girl.
Too rich or too
What?
skinny? Can never be too rich or too skinny. I don't know. Too funny or too skinny.
Yeah, no, you're right. You know what? The whole fasting thing, my diet was way off. I'm going back to being healthy. I don't know what got into me. You know what it was? I started walking like 7 miles a day because I didn't have a car. You know, I was like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna live life without a car. I'm gonna just make my workout my walking, and I'm gonna Uber and just and walk. And so I literally, for the last year, I started walking like 6-7 miles a day just for fun. And I started really feeling amazing.
Yeah, it's what I do.
But
That's why I go hiking.
But I did lose a ton of weight, and I don't like it. I need to get my strength, my center of gravity back.
I think you should come to
You
the
know,
gym with me.
even-
Now that I'm a gym guy.
See, I copied your move. I walked to the Grove the other day for exercise, so it's
great exercise, but if you're not careful, then you're just going to lose a bunch of weight. Like look at guys, look at the Olympic walkers. They're
Wait,
all
did you just say there?
skinny as hell.
Is there really Olympic walking?
I don't-
Is that a joke? Or are you for real? By the way, instead of single Mike, we're gonna name your show Skinny Mike. You see, that's when you hit the button, Dave.
Oh, listen, I'm not kidding though. I'm done. I got to either up the weights in the food or just stop walking so much. But I was walking so much that it was nothing for me to walk to the Comedy Store 2.5 miles, because in reality it only takes 20 minutes.
Of course.
So like everyone's so lazy-minded, they're like, oh, I'm not walking. Blah blah. Meanwhile, it's a 20-minute walk, and you feel amazing. I just wasn't including proper diet in my life, and I was losing weight, and I'm fucking over it. I'm done.
How was your
I need
clip?
to- by the way, girls like it better when I got a little belly. You know
Of
what I
course,
mean?
they like a little bit. But how was? By the way, how was your clipping performance when you were feeling like this? I have a feeling that you're still strong.
No, still strong, but I gotta say, not as strong as when I'm on my pasta and my
Oh,
steak.
there's
and
nothing better than
you know
a
what I
full
mean?
belly clip. You got a full belly and you get the clip in. It's great.
Exactly, and I got to be honest. I wasn't as strong of a clipper on the walking program, you know.
I remember.
And it's like when you get down to what's that?
I'm just thinking about a time that I clipped that it wasn't my strongest performance, and I actually apologized for the performance, and I begged for a second chance just to prove that I can actually do better than the one that she got. I felt like I cheated her on the experience.
Yeah, by the way, you probably ate tofu that day or vegetables.
It could have been a vegetable day. It definitely could have been a vegetable
No, I'm
day.
not kidding. You can't clip on vegetables. Vegetarians, I don't care what they say, no one's strong clipping.
No one's
It's
strong
just
clipping on
impossible. My cousin,
asparagus.
the doctor, he told me straight up. He's like, you want to kill your sex drive? You want to kill the whole thing? Go veggie and go tofu. You'll never clip again.
Really?
So,
Really?
I don't. Oh, 100%. 100%.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
The
Dave,
best,
I said I
the
did
best
not know that.
clip diet: steak, a little steak, a little pasta, a little tequila. And
I was gonna say
cap
a
it
little
off with
whiskey.
espresso.
A little whiskey, some good conversation, a nice restaurant is definitely.
Don Julio. I think
There
that's
you go.
The tequila he drinks.
Don Julio.
That's what I
In
thought.
1 year, Don Julio is going to be sponsoring this program because I'm going to talk about how good it actually
Mike,
can
if
be
you had
for
to give up-
in moderation.
if you had to
Yeah,
give
of
up
course,
one thing-
I haven't had I'm going on 7 months without a drink, except for the one drink the night before I had vertigo.
Michael, comedy, clipping, or tequila. You have to give up. You get to keep one.
I keep clipping.
You keep clipping. Comedy's
You know what I
out the
mean?
fucking window. Comedy's out
Of
the
course.
window.
I'll throw tequila right out the window.
Tequila,
It's
forget
between
about
those
it.
two.
Nothing like a good
What's
clip.
that?
Listen, nothing like a good clip. Guy loves comedy, loves tequila. Didn't even think twice. He's like, that's a comedy out the window. Forget it. By the way, I don't know.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
you can call. Actually, I'm not even going to say it because I was going to say back in the day when the Comedy Store was not packed, when it was an empty building and there were 7 people in there, call Joe Rogan and ask him what was going on back there. I mean,
a lot of clipping?
We had more fun. It was just a fun environment. Nowadays, you know, the Comedy Store is making so much money and they're killing the game. You can't do what you did back then. But I was devious.
By the way, would you say now? I'm actually curious about something. Now that comedy's blown up, right? I think comedy, we could say the internet is taking comedy to another level. Is that a fair assessment? Would you agree with that so far?
I would agree with that,
Okay.
but ironically, it's the same 7 people that are
Well,
still funny.
that's what I was
And
gonna
there's
ask you.
A bunch of people that are not funny.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you.
That are, by the way, that are selling tickets.
But does it force the comedy clubs, like the Comedy Store now? You have this plethora, this huge amount of comics that want to do stand-up and they're doing stand-up all the time, but it doesn't equate necessarily to better performances by having so many people that do stand-up now. Is that true? So you're saying that the competition...
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. But the good thing about the Comedy Store is they still siphon out the shitty comics, and they still pretty much, there's a few lames that get put up, but like for the most part, it's still strong, great pro comics that are, you know, high level that get to play the Comedy Store.
Sure.
But if you look around the country at the Improv and a bunch of different clubs, you see some mediocre shit selling tickets because they're big on social media. And, you know, it's a waste of energy to hate on them. I can't hate on them, but they know who they are. You know who you are when you're half a lane and you're selling tickets. And if you can live with yourself, you live with yourself. But to me, the craft of comedy is the most gangster shit of all time. And if you're not going to be dope, and by the way, let them be social media superstars and, you know, go do their comedy and make their money now, because it isn't going to last. You know what I mean? It's just not going to last.
I don't know.
You know, you can only have a window.
But I agree with you.
I'm saying you can only have a window as a mediocre comic.
Well, I think it's a mediocre.
I'm not talking about like Sebastian, who is going to be able to kill it till he's 90.
Dude's so funny.
You know what I mean? Guys that have real talent.
It is the most
I just
gangster art
think it's
form.
unfortunate. Judd Apatow was talking about it the other day. He was talking about like all, you know, yes, there's a million new networks and places to play, but quality control is gone. There's such shit that's being put out there because they need more content. You can never have quality.
But there's a flip side to that, actually. Because good shows are not getting watched. Like, for example, I mean, I know that we discussed this. You pitched this concept a while ago, so you may have a little bit of feeling towards it. But, like, I'm Dying Up Here, in my opinion, is one of the best shows on TV that may not be coming back because they don't have the viewership, because people don't have the patience anymore to sit for an hour of television. Not when you have these quick 30-second boom, 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 boom lifestyle in your face at all times. So I don't know if good content is being pushed through.
Listen, there's still there are still some smart executives that want to see great quality happen.
Okay.
And they're, you know, you got your Westworlds and your high-level written 1-hour dramas, and there's still good quality. But you're right. We're living in a world where everybody's on analytics, and like if they don't get a quick hit, you know, a big number on that night, they're going to cancel your show. I actually have never watched a whole episode of I'm Dying Up Here, which is weird because it's my world.
Yeah.
But people say they love it, and I don't know why. I heard it might be getting maybe it won't get canceled, but I heard it maybe was getting canceled. But you know, the one episode, I saw like 3/4 of an episode. I don't know.
No, you caught the worst episode. I remember what episode
I don't know why people are not watching it.
You caught a bad episode too. I remember which episode you saw. No, you need to start watching that from the beginning. Like really, like episode 3 and 4 of like the first season are unfucking believable. It's a great show. There's definitely some great content out there, and I can't wait for the content of Single. When are we shooting Single Mike? Can we talk about that? Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, listen. I mean, we shouldn't talk too much about it, but I had a couple great meetings this week. We got the dough if we wanted to go shoot it.
Beautiful.
I want to do the smartest thing about it. I want to just be very smart about it. And we are going to shoot 2 episodes, and they're going to be just 2 awesome half hours. And we got a team together that, in my opinion, we don't have to go say, hey, do you think this is funny? We know if my 5 like-minded friends who I respect their talent and they're proven, if they dig something, I just want to make something I like. So I know that I love it, and I know that my 5 friends love it, and I think they're a reflection of what could be a hit. So we are going to make it, and I'm like 25 pages in the first script, and like, you know, and then I'll start on the next one. But that's another reason I've been in Michigan, is just staying in the hole, making these little secret calls to, you know, just to put the money in the bank to go independent,
Gotcha.
just to shoot it independently. And it's looking excellent. So that's where that is. I don't want to get too deep into it.
Dave, you know,
cool?
That's all bullshit. He's in Detroit because he's scouting Ian's girls because they're now 18. That's why he's really in Detroit. He's looking for girls that just turned 18. Now we're talking, Dave. We're getting the hang of it.
Yo, by the way, I think we're probably going to wrap up. Is Aaron giving you the wrap-up sign?
Not yet, but I think it's about that time anyway. Aaron's had enough. Aaron's had enough of all of us. He's like, I listen to Bill Burr, and I got to listen to schmuck Stevie Guttman for an hour. He's like, no. I've had enough. I've had enough of me, too.
So we'll wrap it up.
All right. Well, anything to promote,
Stevie.
Dave? Anything to promote?
Or our podcast account.
Actually June 23rd, I'll be performing with Saget at the Coconut Casino.
My
outside
mother's
of
going.
Lauderdale.
My mother is going, and my father. They're gonna see you.
Can't wait to see the Guttman. So we're playing there. July 13th and 14th, we're playing at Irvine Improv. And make sure you come check us out. Stories that need to be told. And Stevie Guttman, great having you, bro. You're over
Love
there
you,
taking
buddy.
over my spot. Good guest hosting.
Love
I
you.
dig it. People love hearing Stevie on the podcast. A lot of insight, a lot of wisdom. You know what I mean? I told you the lower back hold is solid.
Lower back hold. I don't have to worry about that.
Stock tip Dave.
Stockton Dave. Well, I want to know
way
what
come
Dave has to
strong.
promote. Hold on,
Way to
Dave.
come strong.
Dave, it looks like he has something to promote.
Oh,
Mike.
no, I was just gonna promote our Instagram account. We just went over 200 followers for the Stories That Need to Be Told Instagram account.
This is
in
when
2
you hit the
weeks.
button. Hit the button. Hit the button. Dave. No, like a Cheers button or something. You just went over 200 followers. You gotta have one where the crowd goes wild.
Hey, I've had the program for 3 days. I'm still filling out the
Ah!
I have like 11 different sounds.
All right, there you go, Dave. All right,
Let's get out.
all right, real quick,
Get out.
Mikey. Real quick, in case you haven't seen it, I want to promote real quick. In case you haven't seen it, Mike directed this movie that I'm in called The Stand-Up Guy. All right, you can find it. It's still out there. You need to check it out. Mike's a great director. I'm a great actor. There's another.
Thanks, Stevie.
No problem. There's another little movie out that I'm in. It's called First We Take Brooklyn, directed and starring Danny Abikazer, Harvey Keitel, Annalyn McCord. You can find it on all online platforms, including your on-demand. And end of August, we go shoot the next one. I'll keep you posted on that. Got another movie coming out in the works. Haha, it's been a good year. And Mike, in case I haven't reminded you, you mentioned I only reminded you 11 times. Here's the 12th. Don't forget to call the guy from UTA. Maybe he'll hook me up.
I got you, Steve.
got you.
Young management. All right, yo, thanks for doing this, guys. I'll see you later. I'm in the D. I'll see you when I get back. Stock Tip Dave, Stevie Guttman. This is Mike Young. I'm out.
We're out of here.
See you later.
Later, guys.
Bye.